I am Calypso. And I'm hosting a tournament. If you win, I will grant you a single wish.
Cowabunga, motherfucker. Get out the way! It's time for the outsiders to get their fair share.
If we win, we can wish to bring down all the walls.
We're taking them all down. The system, the walls, all of it.
All girls. Prepare for battle in 10, 9.
You make a run at me, I will end you. Feel me?
We knew Calypso wasn't gonna make it easy on us. That's what makes your wish worth it. Out of my way!
Welcome to Twisted Metal.
What is up, people? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode where we're talking about Twisted Metal. Brian will be here shortly, but for right now, it's just me holding it down. So yeah, we're definitely going to talk about the show. I think the show is great. We have 2 episodes that we have to discuss, and then we have 3 more. Well, 3 more tomorrow night for the watch party, and then 3 more next week on Tuesday, and then the show is done. Right, so we can move it off the calendar, move on to something else. It is what it is, but I think that this is a good show. I wouldn't say it's one of the best shows on TV, definitely not, but it's funny, it's entertaining, and man, they just dropped some emotional shit in this episode that's gonna have you thinking, wow. Because when I first watched some of the interviews with the guys, Anthony Mackie was always talking about how, oh yeah, you're going to really care about Axel, and Axel is going to be very important coming through. And yeah, this episode kind of showed why, and I can't wait to see where it goes further from there. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what they do with it, right? Because they're in a tournament now. Now, is Axel going to be more concerned about Mayhem succeeding than himself? Is he going to help her win? Is John going to win? Is Quiet going to win? Interesting. But we find out tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we definitely get the conclusions of these episodes, and I think it's going to be absolutely fire. I can't wait. So make sure to check it out. They drop at 12, so I will be up at 12 watching them. They're only 30-minute episodes, so about an hour and a half watching the shows, and then Tuesday we'll be back here again to discuss what we saw, so definitely make sure to not miss that out. It's going to be a good one, especially when I get Twisted Metal. It drops a little bit earlier for me than anyone else. It was the same thing with From. When From came out, it dropped for me early, and I was able to do the watch party and have people come in and watch it before it actually drops. So I'm going to do the same thing when that show drops. But there is definitely one thing that I did want to talk about before Brian gets in here. As you can see, I am trying to stall. I don't know how good it's working, but I am trying to stall. So on Saturday, and I guess it's tentatively set for this Saturday, as long as we got all this stuff that we need ready for it, there will be a new morning show that me and Brian will be doing. We have a name for it. It's called The Review, where we're going to talk about the important things that happened during the week, maybe give, box office numbers, streaming numbers, and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Been setting it up for like 2 weeks now, so it's about time to get that show on and popping. So make sure you stick to my channel and his channel, because we'll be simultaneously broadcasting it on each channel, but each week it will be hosted on a different channel. So first week, of course, we're going to start off on my channel. Then the next week we'll host it on his channel, but it will be broadcast on both channels. So it should be an interesting show. Definitely something that I think will be entertaining for you guys, especially the way we're trying to set it up, So make sure to check out for that. Other than that, I mean, I'll get into it. And when Brian comes in here, we're gonna get his opinions and figure out what he thinks about it. I just wanna share the link out real quick to let people know that we are live and we are about to get into the show. So If anybody there in the chat, tell me what you guys think about the show so far. Are you excited for the final 3 episodes? Because you know I am. You know I am. It's just sucks because we were talking about it the other day where it's like, oh, at least we get 12 episodes. But technically, we only get 6 since each episode is only like 30 minutes long. So we're really only getting 6 episodes of the show. And I think it's one of those shows that definitely deserves more episodes. You give us an hour for 12 episodes, and I think it's absolutely fire. I could also see why they kind of gave us 30-minute episodes, but at the same time, this is like an action show. It definitely should be an hour plus, but can't complain. At least we got it. You know, could they have dropped it a little bit differently? Yeah, I think they probably could have. I think they could have dropped it, at least one episode every week. But for whatever reason, they know why they do what they do. So what can I say? But we are going to get into the episode. So the episode actually starts off with we see Axel, and he's pretty much baking a cake. I think it said he was in New Orleans. Hold on, let's see if I can catch that. Oh, Brian is here. Boom. What up, Brian? What's going on, brother? You're muted? Okay, cool. So when he gets that fixed up, he will start it off. But yeah, like I was saying, I think they show where he is actually at. Because I can't play the video, it's kind of hard to get it to. Oh, there we go. Boom. Old Orleans, Louisiana. Okay, so are you good now?
Yep. I was like, man, whoever said had kids.
Don't worry, brother. I know life gets in the way. It's all good. Tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Hey, 1/3 of Sport Kings. We go Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And then when I'm on with Nzo, I'm always the late one. I could be early with them, but then when I'm with another black person, I'm the late one. It's terrible.
To be fair, I've always been the early one. Like I've always been the one that's always on time. I hate being late, and I hate when people. Well, it doesn't really bother me when people are late, but I hate being late.
I hate being late so much. I'm sitting there yelling at traffic, like, move. And so I'm at a school event and there's a bus. And I'm like, how am I behind the bus?
Trust me. I know, brother. I know. It's all good, though. Before we start, I was letting the people know about the Saturday show that I think we got some fire shit coming for it. So you want to
told people on yesterday too. I'm saying the same thing I said before. I'm saying on every show that I do this week. So we're gonna do a little something going on Saturday. It's gonna be basically all the media that we get from the weekend or from the week. We'll talk all entertainment news. We'll hit you up with all of it. I think it's gonna be fire. We have a great name. We have a great concept. I think you guys are gonna have a whole lot of fun. So it'll be 9 Central, 10 Eastern. I can't wait to do it. I'm so excited. So I hope you guys are excited and come on and support us.
Facts, 100%. I am too actually excited about it, man. I've been working on these intros and everything for the past what is it? Like I think we started like 2 weeks ago, we decided.
It's been about 13 days. So
yeah, pretty much. So we're about to get that show on and popping, guys. But we are here to talk about Twisted Metal. And I was telling Brian, the chat earlier, that we got 2 episodes. We got 3 more to go tomorrow night. How you feeling about the fact that we would get 3 more episodes and then it's done?
I mean, I'm excited we get 3 episodes, but the fact that it's going to be over, I'm going to be very frustrated because I feel like we're just getting into the storyline.
Especially with some of the stuff that we were talking about, right? Because I was telling them earlier, I was like, when I was watching some interviews with Anthony Mackie and them and the cast, he was talking about how, Axel's story is emotional. It's going to get you guys. And I was like, what are they really going to do? But then they dropped some ish in this episode to where I was like, oh,
I'm like,
Ooh.
no, not you. It's funny because we were watching doing the watch party, and Anzo's like, no, not mayhem.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Right away, when they talked about a baby missing, I said, no, that baby is mayhem. Trust me, that baby is mayhem. And then sure enough, it ended up being mayhem. So we
Oh
definitely gonna
man,
get into that. But the episode starts off, we see, Axel, and he's sitting there and he's making a cake. And I can't lie, bro. I actually thought I thought they were gonna do some funny shit where he was like a real cake maker. You know what I mean? I thought he was like a real
well,
cake
he
maker.
was, wasn't he? He was, but the problem, but when he had to make ends meet, he had to do what he had to do. He's like, you thought he was gonna be real Jeffrey, but no,
Facts.
he's actually the real Jeffrey we get him from
Bel Air.
was it Bel Air now? The one who you say he hasn't killed anyone, but has a body count bigger than the U.S. Navy. Dude,
Yeah, Jeffrey hasn't killed anybody.
Yeah.
But we see here that, Axel feels no way. Axel walks into the house and he wipes everybody out, right? So basically he's a hitman for hire. And as
Did you
he's
not love those
Go ahead.
first person shooter point of view?
Oh, facts. 100%. Facts. It was
That's
absolutely
amazing.
video game style, kind of like a Doom style. And I can't play first person shooters, but just the fact that they put it in the show, like, they're trying to stay real close to making you feel like a video game type of thing. I loved it.
You felt like
Absolutely loved it.
GoldenEye or Hitman to that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, okay, I see what you're doing.
Absolutely. He walks around the house, all you see is his gun, and he is just popping people left and right. But as he finishes killing the last person, he hears a baby crying, and then he wakes up, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know what he actually did. We do find out in the episode, but they told him to kill everybody. What were your thoughts of the opening scene, Brian?
I was worried. I was hoping that he didn't kill the baby, because that would cause you to have nightmares too.
Facts.
Like, don't kill the baby. Tell me you didn't just like hear the baby, you accidentally shot her, and you're like, and that changed his entire life. Found out that was the guy who made him. That was his daughter or his granddaughter, or something like that. So, oh man, I hope that's not where we're going to.
Facts, 100%. But he wakes up, and of course, he's having a little bit of dream, and we have Vermin. I don't ask me what she's doing. She's sitting on like the table looking at him. She has her face mask on for whatever reason, because she don't bathe, right? So how she washes that off, I have no idea. But she's like, looks like someone had a wet dream, because she's been trying to get some penis ever since she got there. So
Dude, he was like, I can't believe this. How'd I get her and not get Raven?
Raven. And it's funny too, because he's like, F my life. And I tell you, bro, there are many times where I've sat down and I'm just like, oh God, F my life, bro. So I died when he said that. I thought that was extremely funny. So we get to the opening scene, and then we have John Doe, and pretty much he's like reminiscing about the argument, or actually is having an argument with Quiet while they're training, right? And it's funny too, because when they showed this scene, you were like, well, you can see that she doesn't really train in real life. Why did you think
no? The way she was running was just, exaggerated, like running. She was out of breath when she went around one time around the gym. I was like, man, that looks like me if I was going to do a mile. Like, man.
And here this guy, he said, me if I was going to do a mile. No, that's me if I do 10 seconds. You know what I mean? Give me 10-second bursts running, and I am out of breath and huffing and puffing. Yeah, that's a sign for you guys out there.
I'm not worried about running, about being out of breath. I'm worried about tearing my hamstrings off.
Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%. Listen, I remember one time I was probably like maybe 18, 19, whatever. You know what I mean? But my boys came over, we were chilling, and my uncle was there. My uncle thought he was Batman. Yeah, I could beat you guys in a race. I used to run, blah, blah, blah. Boy, my uncle said, my friend said, oh, yeah, let's go. So they both went downstairs. on your marks, they said so. My friends took off and my uncle took off. Like, he was way behind, but he tripped over his, I guess, his own feet, fell and shit. And that was a sign for me to know that when I get certain age, don't even test it. Don't even test it, guys. Don't even
So
test it.
I will run short bursts. I would run like, at the most like 90 feet. If I play basketball, I don't jump anymore. I'll run, but I don't jump anymore. Don't you? You're tall. What can you dunk? So yeah, if I dunk, I come down and I tear my Achilles again.
Facts.
No, it ain't worth it. Ain't worth
it. Facts. That's right, guys. So take care of yourself when you're young, because when you get older, boy, it ain't no joke.
Lonely soul.
Now, as they're talking, he leaves. Grim is just sitting there all by himself. And it's funny too, right? Because when we first
he's having a conversation with him. He's having a conversation with all these voices and everything.
All the souls he has. Yeah.
Yep.
But the thing is, when we see Grim, right? He's like this stone cold killer. And the past couple episodes, he just seems weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's not someone to be scared of. First, you're like, oh, Grim's going to be a problem. Now it's like,
he's soft.
Yeah, pretty much. You feel soft. So I think in the last 3 episodes, though, it's just gonna hit the fan, and I think we're gonna see why they actually call him Grim.
Yeah, the end of this episode, what happens, what Sweet Tooth does to him.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, Sweet Tooth. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Sweet Tooth, because Sweet Tooth, that was some bullshit, Sweet Tooth. Like, you
don't do that, man. You don't do that. You don't. No one cock block it. That's his bro code, man. You can't do that.
In the middle of him getting some ass.
You know what I mean? Man. I'll have to beat him up on principle. Me, I'm a bystander. Like, I'm walking 100%. By, something happens like that. You got to beat him up on. That's just on principle.
Yeah, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind. 100%. Like, he's done. He's the first person I'm going after when the tournament starts again, and it's either you or me, bro. That's it. Exactly. Because we know Grim ain't getting no box. You know what I mean? Like, he ain't getting no box, so he finally got some, and you just wanted to mess it up, you know?
Dude, all 8 personalities were happy.
Facts. 100%. So we have John Doe, and he's pretty much going through what happened with him and Quiet. We're hearing about the argument and stuff. And I tell you, I think a lot of the comic relief came from this chick.
Because the walls are paper thin.
I didn't betray anybody.
So she heard the conversation, and she's having a little thing with what do you think of her character, Vermin? What do you think of her?
I didn't like it at first. I did not like her at first, but the more we go on it, the more I'm enjoying her. I think she's an important part to actually have. And actually, that whole conversation we had made me rethink my position. I was like, man, John effed up. The more they talked, the more I realized, I was like, man, maybe Quiet's overdoing it. Maybe she's the problem with this, not necessarily
Facts. And you know what? We're going to get into that too, because I think that's something that I like too, where, they were having conversation with people who weren't sugarcoating it. They're like, yeah, you were wrong for doing this. And then she's having a conversation. It's like, oh, and you were wrong for doing that. You know what I mean? So
they're like, you acting like he killed a puppy.
Facts.
He wanted to save his sister. Like, what are we doing?
Facts. So now we have the doctor, and he decides he's going to call in Sweet Tooth because he got the results from his exam. And there's just this comedic gem over here with Sweet Tooth and the doctor, where he's actually telling the doctor, or the doctor's telling Sweet Tooth, that he can't have no kids.
He's sterile.
He can't have no kids. Sweet Tooth couldn't understand what the hell he was saying. Was like, what? No, I don't get it. But at the end of the day, Sweet Tooth already told us he thought it was icky when Stu got some. So not a big deal for him. What do you think of this part, Brian?
I thought it was a good setup for what we're going to get later on from Sweet Tooth. And then because we knew he's going to be thinking about, I wish I did have a kid. So who was it going to be? There's no doubt it was going to happen with Stu. All right. Once I saw this, I knew exactly what they're going to do between Sweet Tooth and Stu.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
My question is, does Stu try to kill Sweet Tooth?
Ooh.
Just fathers
I
always have that problem with their sons, right? Even if you just want to take it from that, just from this, the son always wants to try to take on the father. There's always a point where the father has to put it down and let him know, hey, knock him back into your reality. Is that going to have to happen with Stu and Sweet Tooth? Sweet Tooth's going to have to knock him back in reality. It's like, well, I guess that'll be his comment. He says, I'm going to have to be rough with you. Now I'm going to show you why I'm the father.
Well, you know what?
Stu.
That's gonna be one of the hardest things, right? Because Sweet Tooth is going to be going after Grim. Grim and them are going to be going after, and then you have Stu, who's going to be like stuck in the middle because he wants to be friends with Mike. You know what I mean? So
Because he has his own problems. Stu has his own issues.
agreed, and it's going to be a fight. It's 100% going to be a fight. I like to see where it's going. Is he going to stick with Sweet Tooth, or is he going to betray Sweet Tooth? You know, it's going to be
I
interesting.
think he's going to have to go back to Sweet Tooth because
Ooh.
Mike's not going to trust him.
Oh
Sweet
yeah,
Tooth-
because
They will get an argument, whatever. But Sweet Tooth's going to have to be the one to protect Stu because of what he did.
you know what? I forgot about that. Yeah, there is going to be an issue coming forward to the end between Stu and Mike, right? And of course, Mike is going to find out. Like, you know what I
Because
mean?
we all know what's going to happen. What happened with Dave? So
Yeah,
we'll get there.
exactly. So we have Quiet, and she's having a conversation with this cold girl, and they're pretty much talking about, you know, what happened, because the vermin chick, she told everybody like, oh, the walls were thin. Everybody heard what was going on between you two, you know. So she pretty much wants to take a little piece of it.
Yeah, she's like, so does that mean he's free?
Yeah. Yeah. But we have something where
Weird
Calypso.
ass dummies, crash dummies coming in out of nowhere.
I think I passed it too, where Calypso is telling everybody exactly what he's going to do, right? So he's pretty much telling them, he's like, listen, tonight is going to be a night where it's going to be everybody against these people he's bringing in. And if you die, but your object is to kill them. So in this scene, we actually see them starting to come in, and everybody's shattered. So I remember last week when we were talking, right, we were predicting about, oh, you know, who are going to be the alliances, right? Because the synopsis said there's going to be I guess
unconventional alliances that you have to try to work with someone that you're not used to.
Exactly. And then we were assuming about, oh, who's going to be working with who. I think we're kind of wrong.
I think we assumed that it was going to be in a race, and it wasn't. This is just all in the high school again. So, which is interesting, but is that a problem that we haven't got more race in the Twisted Metal series?
You know what? To be honest with you, I can see that 100%. I also think they would have to kill off too many people right away. You know what I mean? But again, they did kill someone during this thing. So, I mean, at the same time, she could have died during the race. I think that the final race is going to be epic. That's why they only given us a little bit. You know what I mean? But you're right. It's a Twisted Metal show. I thought like everything was going to be race. All the competition, everything that they were going through was going to be a race.
This whole season was going to be something about racing. I mean, that's why you have all the license plates, all the titles and everything. And we got very little.
Absolutely. Now, one thing about this scene is while these guys are coming in and everybody's fighting for themselves, I don't know why Sweet Tooth was in the doctor so long, but he misses
forever. Like all these people dying. He's the perfect killer. I almost wonder if Calypso sent the doctor to distract Sweet Tooth, to be able to threaten other ones, because the Sweet Tooth's there. He's just going on a killing spree and killing everybody. I feel like it's a setup.
100%. Because why the doctor call him now? You know what I mean? It's like middle of the night, you know, and now you're calling him and then all of a sudden all these people are coming in. I agree with you. Calypso doesn't do anything. It's not random. Everything is calculated that he's doing. So yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. So the first set of people come for Quiet and the Frost Girl, right? Now we switch back to Alex.
Axel.
Axel.
And
Axel,
it's
my bad.
hilarious. It's funny. So, because they're coming after him, right? And he's like saying, I can't find him. And he's like putting up stuff against the door to hide to keep them out because he's like,
Mhm.
I can't get to my gas. Without my gasoline, I can't kill anybody. And he's
Mhm.
really believes that this mental block is serious. He's not going to kill anyone without this gasoline, which is the weirdest thing. I don't think I thought I'll ever say a statement like that. You can't kill anyone without having that gas. You drink a gasoline.
Absolutely, 100%. I thought it was funny because, like you said, right at the beginning of it, we find out that he's a killer. He wasn't drinking gasoline or anything like that. But now all of a sudden, it's like, oh, guys, I can't do anything without my gasoline. And that's because of what happened to him. But, we get to that. But as soon as it comes, that's where he goes. He goes to shoot for the gasoline and it's locked, right? That's what happened. The door is locked, so he can't get to his gasoline. So he kind of freaks out.
So it's the Apocalypse 9. And how many racers do we have left right now?
Oh, good question.
Frost Lady, Quiet,
Uh-huh.
John, Axel,
Yeah.
Vermin, Raven,
Raven, Sweet Tooth,
Sweet Tooth, Stu, Mike,
Mike, and Dave.
And we're missing
Grim.
Grim. Yeah. So
Grim.
there's 11, but they pull Sweet Tooth out. So it's basically pretty even.
100%. Yeah, they did pull Sweet Tooth out. Not to mention, not only did they pull Sweet Tooth out, right? They killed one of them right away. One of the girls gets killed right away. So, he's
telling 909 immediately.
Yeah. And he's basically saying when the sun rises, everything is done. And if you live, you live. So Axel, he's just running. He's trying to get away. But Quiet gets into a fight with one of these guys. And what they did to her, bro.
Oh, man. When they did the Frost Lady, oh, man. I was like, dude.
Now, you think she's screaming, right? But she's saying, oh, no, it's so warm. It's so warm because supposedly she's Frost Lady and everything is cold. So the heat from it, but yeah, she still dies. There's no doubt about it. She still dies. But now we think Quiet is in trouble, right? Because Quiet's alone. And just as Quiet is getting choked out, Raven comes in and saves her. Did you think that Raven and Quiet would be the team up?
I didn't, because Raven had me thinking more she's gonna be more of a Vermin, but I guess it makes a lot more sense if you're talking about girls' night and with girl power and all that stuff. Having Quiet with Raven, even though they both know John, they're both main characters. They have that connective tissue, so they're kind of antithesis. So having them work together makes a lot more sense than some random person that we don't know about.
Absolutely. And it's funny that you said that because I think the fact that they both have a connection to John, right? It kind of makes the alliance that they have even more powerful because of what Raven tells Quiet later on in the episode, right?
Yep.
So they decide to team up and she helps him up and we're getting all the team ups now. But Axel ends up, what does he do here? Is this when he
Man, what the hell are you doing?
No. Okay. Yeah. So we have John who's walking down. He gets jumped by Quiet because she not Quiet, Mayhem, because she doesn't know. Hey, what's up? Oh yeah, that's right, Basil. Grim was outside.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah, that's right. He wasn't involved too.
No, but see, when did Grim get outside? Because at first he was sitting in the gym, right, listening to Quiet.
I think it was right after that. One of the things said something about going somewhere or something like that.
He got trapped outside, so they kind of kept all the killers out away, and then have to have the regular people fight these, the Apocalypse 9.
100%. Plus, I probably don't want Grim taking anybody else's soul. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So now we have John and Mayhem. They are actually end up teaming up, which is another team up. I don't know if we called that, but
Well, we saw that in the trailer, so we knew that they were going to be there.
Yeah.
But in that same sense, the connective tissue is quiet.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
So John, quiet, and Mayhem quiet. So it makes a lot of sense. So it gives you more skin in the game. More you care more about these teams, and it seems like they have a reason to be alliance.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
Absolutely. And then again, it goes to, Mayhem kind of knows Quiet, Raven knows John. So it's the two people that can actually make those two think something different, right? Think a different way and be like, oh, yeah, because she asked John, oh, did you stay and talk about it? John's like, nah, F that, I left, right? Which
It's a man
is
thing.
typical.
That's
Yeah,
us.
100%. That is like, I ain't dealing with this. I'm out of here. Peace. You know what I mean? We don't even bother. So Mayhem kind of shows him the way, his mistake, and then I think Raven kind of shows her the way. But now we see this guy coming at them.
Freddy Krueger.
He has a hook, and John is like, "Is this Freddy Krueger?" So they run off. But now we have, this guy. He was doing something over there.
He's going to get that hook. Yeah.
Yeah, he was going to get the hook. Now we have a team up over here where we have Dave, we have Stu, and we have Mike. They decide that they are going to lock themselves in a room and just wait it out, which is the smart thing to do. I would have probably done the same thing.
Me too.
What about you? You know what I mean?
All right, well, let's play Uno while everyone else wants to kill these dudes.
Facts. Let's leave these guys alone. I'm good. They can handle it. They die. But at least we're here. So Axel comes in.
Axel breaks the door.
Axel breaks down the door and he tells them, "Oh, I'm a stone cold killer, but I can't do anything without my my gas."
Yeah, my premium unleaded gasoline. What?
And they decide that they're going to do an intervention. Bruh.
I'm still tripping. Oh man.
What did you think about that?
Intervention about his gasoline, man. Nah, I'll have going for the kill. Well, I'm under the rules of like crazy all these scary movies. The black guy always dies when he goes like, you hear, what's that noise? Let's go investigate. So that's not
Facts.
me. I mean, what's that noise? It's over there. Let's go over there. That's me.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I'm like, hey, wait, why are we going over there? No, we gotta be going we're going the other way. And you see it all the time in the horror movies when they're in the building and they run upstairs. No, do not run upstairs. Where are you going when you get upstairs? You run downstairs, right?
Way to get out all the time.
Yeah, 100%. You're always looking to get down, not up, so definitely. So Basil, you would have went for the kill. Good for you, brother. I would have been in that room.
It's okay. Us three will be there. You go for the kill, and then we live.
Oh yeah, 100%. When you're done, we do it. Now we have these two, and they're going around the corner. Quiet's kind of looking for John. She wants to make sure John is okay. John wants to actually make sure Quiet is okay. Now they get into a room where they hear screaming, and we see someone chained up. And it's actually Vermin who actually has him chained up there. Now, she seems like she's capable.
Yeah.
I would have no problem bringing her with me, But they're like, oh, it looks like you got it covered. They're about to leave. And of course, Vernon gives them, oh, I'm just going to be staying here by myself. And then
it is the same thing that when you have a two girls that are the cool kids, whatever. You got the one nerd over there that's like, well, I guess I'll stay here all alone. I'll do this thing all by myself. And of course, they feel obligated to say, okay, come on with us.
Facts.
That feeling. It's like, yeah, well, this is our chance to be girl power. So that's what they did. They created this unlikely team to be a girl power move.
Which they do all the time in these movies, right? Avengers and Game and all that, which I don't have a problem with, guys. So let's just get that straight here. I don't have a problem with three girls, the girl power stuff. That's fine with me. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, the girls. No, I like it. shit, I actually like watching women kick ass, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So I enjoy it. Said, Quiet looks cute in them red shorts. Well, you know what? To be honest with you, Tony, I was looking at this picture right now. I'm like, yo, Raven look fine as
I
fuck right
was
now.
thinking the same thing. I was literally sitting here thinking, like, man, I didn't realize how good Raven actually looks.
Yeah,
Man. It's
she
crazy.
look good, boy. I'm like, Now, to be honest with you, both of them look good, right? But I'm focused on Raven in this scene. I think she looked really good in that scene. So they decide to take Vernon, and she goes along with them.
And
Hold
then,
on.
Want to come with us?
of course,
Quiet. Raven is like, no, don't do it. Please don't do it. We're not doing this. It's already bad enough that I got to team up with you. Don't do this. But
Don't bring her along.
she does ask, and they go. He said the fact that they're in high school made it a cool girl versus geeky girl so funny. Facts,
Exactly.
Baza. Facts.
Exactly.
Bro, low-key think Raven is bi because I thought she was going to sleep with Axel. You know what?
100% she would have.
She was going to.
She would have.
Yeah. If that didn't go the way it did with that party, she was definitely gonna give it to. She was definitely gonna give it to him. Raven is cute. Yeah, absolutely. So they decide to take her.
Quiet is cute. Raven's fine.
Yeah, I agree. Raven's fine. So she says, "Yeah, we're going girls' night." Now we have John and
Mayhem. Yeah.
Mayhem, and they're looking for weapons. I'm trying to figure out if this is where they talk about what happened with him and Quiet. Yeah, here it is. I'll just play a little bit of it, guys, so you can hear, right?
She told me she couldn't stand the sight of me.
So
So I left.
you took the easy way out.
Yep. This is what we do.
Classic bitch move. You know what I mean? And it's
Talking
funny
about, man,
too,
look, and women always say that, but you know what? You still want to be trapped in this argument. You know, I know where this argument's going to go. I just don't want to deal with it. Come on. It's already bad enough.
100%. It gets to a point where it's like, you know what? If I don't leave, I'm gonna say some shit that you ain't gonna like, then you're gonna say some shit that I ain't gonna like, and we probably ain't gonna talk again. So let's just, you know what I mean? Let's
calm down, cooler heads,
then we can have a conversation.
Exactly.
Yes, 100%. That is 100% a man move. It is a bitch move, but yeah, 100% it's a man move.
That's a smart, if you want to keep a relationship move.
Facts, 100%. So now we have Grim, and he went fishing.
That's true. This was,
I like to suck the eyes.
And then he's locked. He can't get in. Grim can't get in. So we have people running around killing people, and the two biggest killers in this place ain't killing nobody. Right? Grim's locked outside, and Sweet Tooth is still talking to that doctor, trying to figure out, you know, about not having.
It has to be a setup. There's no way. I mean, Sweet Tooth would be there. It'd be all over.
Facts, 100%. Did they say Mayhem's age?
I think they said she was 17.
Yeah, I think they did say her age at one point. Yeah, they did. They did, Tony. So we have Raven and the girls. They're running, trying to get away. Is that the girls? It's kind of dark. I can't see.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's the girls. They're trying to run and get away. But then we get to a safe place where we have Stu, we have Mike, and we have Dave doing an intervention. So the fact that he sat there for it, I was like, nah, this guy, he's gonna be like, F this, you know what I mean? Now, I'm not gonna. I don't think he would have. I'm saying he sat there for the. Maybe if he got really desperate, he probably would have took a piece of vermin.
No, I don't know if it's that bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad either. You know.
Is it ever that bad? Man, come on, no, I don't think so.
Facts. So they're pretty much discussing why Axel is blocked. It's them saying it's not the gas because you were a killer before the gas. It's something else. So he pretty much tells his story, about his life with his dad and everybody, and talked about his dad sleeping with his wife or his girlfriend, and they're like, oh well, they're probably not together anymore. It's like, nope, they got married and moved to Napa. So so they're asking him, when did he start drinking glass? He's pretty much telling them that he started drinking the gas, when he had the alterations on him. But he's talking about when he did the assassination, he found the baby, and
He said, did you kill the kid? That's the same thing I was saying the whole time. I was like, did he kill the kid?
They were like, did you kill the kid? Nate said, I can't wait for this show to start. Yes, tomorrow night, 12 EST, we are getting the final episodes of the show, and we will be here to do the watch party. So make sure to check that out, Nate. Definitely. And let us know if you like the show or not, because we're both enjoying it.
Fire.
Said, damn, Raven in that black. Sheesh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sometimes you look and you say, and those gothic girls be fine, man. They don't know.
100%. 100%, bro.
Make you want to get a whole sleeve of tattoos, right? You like, oh man,
100%, bro.
I might throw that on too. It might be okay.
100%, I agree with you. Sometimes I be seeing it like, oh, okay. So they're like, oh, did you kill the kid? And he's like, of course I didn't kill the kid, right? When they said that,
it was funny because everyone looked like they were holding their breath. Like, did you kill the kid? And like, everyone thought the same thing. We all thought they killed the kid. Like, yeah, no, am I some monster?
Now I have to go back to the watch party. I don't remember if this is where I said it was Maven or when they first showed a baby Mayhem.
When you first saw the baby, you said it's Mayhem.
It's when I first saw it, right?
I first saw a baby.
Yeah, I said it's definitely Mayhem. That's where they're going with that, right? So he does save the kid, and then he actually tries to take care of the kid, but he gets knocked out. They take the baby away from him, and that's when he gets, kidnapped by the guy, and they do the alterations on him. But you can see the pain.
For months. He had her for months. They lived together for a long time.
Yeah. Now, you know what's interesting, right? Because Mayhem was still a baby. So when he tells her, or if he does tell her, is she going to, you know what I mean? She's not, well, obviously not remember that, right? Because she was way too young. But is she going to even remember the time she can't, because they're only together for months. So it's usually around 3 or 4 is when baby's memories start to come in, So how do you think she's going to react?
Feeling. She might have a vague, she's going to react negatively, but she might have a vague feeling that I remember you somehow. I remember someone taking care of me. I remember some of these good times, because if it's a great time, like my kids don't remember going to Disney World, but they do remember seeing, some of the princesses, because it's a one of those things that stand out. I think that might be something that's going to happen. She has her blankie, right? And that blankie she still holds on to now. That might trigger something that has everything to do with both Axel and Mayhem.
And it's funny too, right? Because I think there's a lot of scenes too where you see that Axel needs help, right? He can't grab a bottle, he can't do this and that. So I could see them leaving together, like, you know what I mean? Listen, come with me, I'm gonna take care of you. Axel taking care of Mayhem and teaching her the ropes. So
what if her cars getting blown up, someone's attacking her, and Axel sacrifices himself, tries to save her, and she no longer has a car, so she rides on top of Axel to the finish line.
Oh, that would be crazy. But you know what the funny thing is? Yeah, I think there might be some sort of sacrifice there. Maybe Axel doesn't sacrifice his life, but sacrifice the race to help her. You know what I mean? Like right now, it's like all I care about.
Yeah, I'm about to win, and he turns around because it's Mayhem, and he saves her.
Yeah, I could see that, because we already know that Quiet and John probably aren't going to do it again, right? So now with this connection, you could see that Axel might do it, and we don't even know, to be honest with you, how many more characters are going to die, right? Because we said Dollface wasn't going to die, and she died. So we
in
don't
like
know
3
who-
minutes fat. Like it was so fast. I was like, man, she gonna make it all the way to the end of the show. 3 minutes later. Man, did she just kill her?
Yeah. Basil said the problem, he killed her whole family, so he might get killed by her while he tries to get her safe. Ooh.
We also don't know if that baby was her, like the baby was theirs. We don't know anything about the mother.
That's true.
He could have been
That's
saving
true.
her life. So we don't know.
That's true. That's true. And we also don't know why whoever put the hit on them, why they put the hit on them too, the parents. You know what I mean? So we don't know why that hit was put on. Maybe they were bad people. We don't know. So I think we'll get a little bit of more information on that, or maybe it's something they might not even tell us. So we'll see. But the outcome of this is that they realize that drinking the gas,
all I had were my wheels and that gas can.
Has nothing to do with him murdering people. And they pretty much tell him that he needs to forgive himself. Not only the fact that Stu said something where Mike was like, "You're right, Stu. You got it." You know what I mean? Like they were starting to get that connection with Stu, which kind of messed up for what happens later on.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? They started to do that connection. It seemed like there was going to be a 3 of them. What did you think, Brian?
I thought it was going to be the 3 Caballeros, the 3 amigos. I thought that was going to happen. They're going to be staying together and they could go against Sweet Tooth, but no, didn't work that way.
Absolutely. And then we have the revelation.
You want Axel? Here I am, motherfuckers!
Axel said, "You know what? You're right. I'm going to kill all these motherfuckers, right?
I can kill my bare hands all the time. I don't need the gasoline."
Facts. So now Axel runs off and they run after him. You know, we get back to names keep slipping my Raven, Quiet, and Vernon, and they're having a conversation. So here's the conversation where she kind of the wish, right? Yeah, yeah. So
How is that selfish exactly?
Yeah, it's not like you wish for like a bug body or beetle wings or like a bigger dick or something.
Fine. What he wished for wasn't exactly selfish, but he still risked the mission.
He risked your mission. Guess he thought saving one person was more important. I agree.
That doesn't change the fact that he kept it a secret from me. We're supposed to have each other's backs.
Are you really that fucking dense? Do you know how many times John tried to escape my city to get back to you? 15 times.
Right.
Damn.
So now, yeah, exactly. So now you're like, oh, wait a minute. You know, Quiet's like, oh, yeah, you know what? It wasn't like he was sitting in New San Francisco and he was enjoying his time. No, he kept trying to get back to me. And I think this is where she kind of realized, you know what? Well, maybe it wasn't that selfish of John trying to make that wish, which I don't think it was either.
It never was. And then the fact that he made the wish, they both loved her, right? And then she shot him to go to New San Francisco, and he still forgave her.
Facts.
How could she not forgive him and just take him back right now over someone they both love?
Facts. And she shot him twice, right? She shot him in this season too, right? So yeah, you better forgive him. But you know, this is where she pretty much is like, yeah, she kind of sees the error of her ways too. And I think both of them realize they just need to talk, you know? And then about her first time, and she's trying to say she want to get some, you know? But yeah. So we cast
That's why she got hepatitis A, B, C, D, and E.
Facts.
It might have been Stu. I don't know. Should we go check?
Ugh.
Because they heard a nose and they thought it was John. And it's
Yeah,
like,
so she was like, "Oh,
yeah.
it could have been Stu. We need to go make sure." And then she runs off.
Because of course she's worried about John, right? And now she's feeling a little bit more like both of them are feeling guilty for the way they handle the situation, right? John's feeling guilty because he just left, and Quiet's kind of feeling guilty because she's like, yeah, you know what? Maybe it wasn't such a selfish idea that he did, you know.
Which is not usual, guys. Understand, most of the time it's just you feeling guilty about what happens. Not usually your girl. So this is special.
100%. He said the bug lady is funny. Yeah, she's hilarious, Tony. She's so funny. So funny. So now we get John, and we seen this in the trailer in the last episode where we tried to play the trailer.
Awesome.
And John and Mayhem decide to fight one of these guys, and the way they killed him was by, first off, tricking him to go in there to making him think that it was just Mayhem. John comes in, they start fighting, they put him on the chain, and they pull him and pretty much cut him in half. Brian, what did you think of this?
All I could think of was Macho Man saying "Bone saws ready," and as she pulls his head over the saw. So I thought that was awesome. And then the fact that she was like, "Oh, did I get something in my mouth, something on my face a little bit?" Where it's all blood all over her whole face.
It was amazing team up that they did. I thought, okay, and you know what? It's funny too, right? Because we always thought, or at least we assumed, that John might have something against Mayhem because of what happened to Dollface, right? But we're seeing here that he pretty much, I don't think he actually blames her. You know what I mean?
I think he's putting it at the right place. He's putting it where the person who kills her is the problem, not necessarily Dollface. I mean, for not necessarily Mayhem for Dollface dying.
Absolutely. And that's the funny thing about it too, right? Because even though, she was there to kind of protect Mayhem, Mayhem wasn't supposed to even be in the race because Quiet tried to take that out. But at the same time, they're all there for the same reason, right? They knew the consequences and risk of what was going to happen when they got into the race. So it's kind of be like, oh, I'm going to be upset with Quiet. Mayhem can't really do that, So sad for the big titty Russian. Tony. Tony. You know what? I don't feel too bad for her because she didn't really do much. You know what I mean? So she's okay. We still got Raven. We still got Quiet. You know what I mean? So I'm good with that. So they talk, and then they're walking away. And they're talking about how good it is. And they run into John and Quiet. They run into John and Mayhem, run into Quiet, Raven, and the Bug Lady.
And Vermin.
Vermin, cut her out the picture. Just cut her out the picture, and we can have the other two. You know what I mean? And still, even so, Tony, you're right. So pretty good in them shorts, but it's still
not better.
Raven in the background, still kind of still kind of hot, And just so you know, anybody watching, we are married men.
Yes, 100%.
That's why we can Google eye over these women in the show because we ain't never gonna do anything about it. Right? So now
as
they
long
turn
as
around.
Age, we can look at it, but look but no touch.
Facts. Look but don't touch. Facts. We want to keep our hands. Now 100%. They turn around because they see that there's a bunch of guys there, right? And they're ready to fight. But
out of my way. I got this.
This dude screaming like the Hulk and shit.
He smashes though. He smashes all those people so fast.
100%. Now again, and I've said this many times. If you guys watch my Superman review, where I talk about how James Gunn likes to put fight scenes to a montage, where I think it's kind of annoying. For whatever reason, I didn't find it annoying in this episode. Right? I thought it worked fine. Perfectly. I think it's just because James Gunn does it everything he does. But man, you know what? Let's just mute it. And if I gotta cut it out, I gotta cut it out. But we're gonna show the fight scene. All right, we're gonna show this fight scene. We're gonna show this. Let's do it. Now I muted it because I don't want the music to get in there. But
he's destroying. They got weapons. Everyone's like, ooh.
Not one person could, you know what I mean? Like they can't do nothing, and they're sitting there like, oh.
Like,
we'll
I thought
cut
he was
off
going to
here
choke slam him. I thought he was going to like grab them both. Yeah.
I cut it there because the killing starts, and we're not going to show that on YouTube already.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, he just blood squirting everywhere, and he takes them out. He shows people why he is Axel, and Dave is like, "Oh, you did good." Hold on. Now I could turn it up a little bit.
He said, "You slaughtered your 12 steps, man."
12 steps. Awesome stuff, Axel.
Oh, and that was the beginning of the problem we're going to have next episode, right?
That was the beginning, 100%. Axel is laughing. He's feeling good for what he did. The girls and John and them, they kind of freaked out that Axel. Now you know Axel's going to be a problem, right? During the rest of the race, Axel is going to be a problem.
You know what? It's funny that Tony's saying this. Axel, actor, should be a superhero. So now Axel, bald head. I'm okay with that being Luke Cage. That will I'll be okay with.
You know what?
I will be okay with that.
Yes. You know what? I will say that. I'm okay with the dude from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too, but I am okay with him being Luke Cage. Yes, 100%. I
actually believe he can do some stuff. He's going to stop a car and be Power Man. I can see it.
Yes. So he's cut better than Mike Coulter is, right? For sure. You know what I mean? So he has that. And I think he's a better actor too, to be honest with you.
You just hate Mike Coulter. That's all.
Mike Coulter is not a good actor. That is correct. I said it. He's trash. And if we put this guy in as Luke Cage, 100%. And it's funny too, because I seen him and Calypso, they did an interview. I didn't watch it yet, but I'm going to watch that tonight while I'm working on some of the stuff. But I think that's going to be an interesting interview to watch. It looked like they're having fun with it, you know? And that's what I'm saying about this show. It seems like everybody is having a good time, you know? Right.
100%.
Yeah. So Sweet Tooth comes in and it's like, oh, what's going on here? He's telling Stu he won't be having a baby, but they're telling him that he missed the fight and everything. And then
I'm going to adopt you, champ.
Yeah. Now he's calling Stu his son because he can't have no kids, right? The Apocalypse 9, that's what they're called, have been defeated. Yes, you know. And then we get John and Mayhem back in the room, and they're pretty much having a discussion where it's like, you know what, I'm sorry for walking out on you. And she's like, I'm sorry for overreaction because everything happened so fast. We never actually got a chance to talk about it. So when we get a chance, let's sit down and talk about it. What do you think of this scene?
The most mature thing that we've seen them do, finally. And it took other people talking about it for them to realize it. Once again, it feels like Calypso set this up. He also knows.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him. Don't encourage this guy, Tony.
He already knows. Guys, he already knows. Don't worry about it. He already knows.
We're not doing that. Not tonight.
Let's recast the child. Now let's go ahead and recast the child too. Let's just start it all over. Let's get it all going.
Yeah, we can recast the child by now. Yeah, 100%. We can do that. Yeah. We can do that.
Should have been what it is. You should have waited. So, but
I digress. Absolutely. I agree. Yeah, no. Go ahead. So yeah, you were saying?
No, I just think that it's a mature decision, but took other people talking. Once again, it could be Calypso knowing that they had these differences in opinions, setting that up because it's going to hurt that much more in these last 3 episodes because what they have to go through.
Absolutely. And it's funny that you said that as well, because we already know, and we don't know how long, but the next race definitely looks like they're each on their own, right? It looks like, John is in his own car and Mayhem's in her own car. So that's going to be very, very interesting dynamic. And you're right. Calypso kind of probably did set it up, get them back together and talking so that when the race comes, it's more dramatic. You know what I mean?
Yep, I agree.
So they do have the conversation.
He apologized a little bit. He said it just happened so fast. I mean, this is how I was feeling. I was feeling emotional, so that's kind of why it happened. But I think they both understood each other a lot more and more accepting of each other.
Absolutely. And then he's talking about, you know what? I'm gonna do my wish again, or going to redo the wish again, and I'm going to go with what you wanted. So they open up a door and boom, they're there again. Again, another manipulation by Calypso, right?
Yep.
It's like, yeah, they get to do their wish again, or John gets to do his wish again, but at the same time, he's still driving by himself, right? It's a possibility that the second wish might not even be like, oh yeah, well, it didn't count. The race already started or something like that. Just kind of make them think something different. You know what I mean? To make them think something different. But we'll see. We'll see what they do tomorrow night. But I definitely think that them doing this has caused some problems because we do get Calypso towards the end. Oh, actually, it's okay. So it was in the next episode.
Oh, it is in the
After
next episode? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. After they do the wish, he's there laughing, right? So the doors closes with them going into the room, and then we get them back into it, which I liked. It didn't have no recap on this one. It just started right back with them back in the room, and they're talking about doing the wish, and he's having a little conversation with them.
He's awesome.
And yeah,
you gotta let him sacrifice what he really wants. Are you gonna really give up your sister for what she's saying? Is that really what's going on? Let me sow all those seeds of doubt as it goes.
Exactly, 100%. And then he tells him just take the coin. Oh no, tells him to drink the water. Yeah,
we're like, oh, it's like green.
Yeah, it's some green. I would have been like, yeah. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna keep my wish because there is absolutely no way that I am putting that water in my mouth. But it's funny though, because this scene alone has quiet for the rest of the show, worried about the shit that Calypso is going to do, right? So he's like, all right, that's good. It's over with. It was fun. That's it. But here's what I'm talking about.
And then he just disappears.
Nothing like a little calm before storm.
Gives his laugh. Now, that for all of us that watch movies and TV shows, you already know when you get a laugh like that, there's
something's
more
about to
than
go
just,
down. You made a bad decision, and something's about to go down.
And he said the calm before the storm. We get the calm, which is the prom and everything in this episode. But I think that storm is going to be lit. I think a lot of the things that are going to happen are going to things that even the people like John them were like, oh, I never thought this was going to happen. Oh, I never thought this. You know what I mean? Oh, maybe we shouldn't have drank that water. So
it's going to be to the point where even if you're in a team, only one person can get what they want. Even if you change your wish, and he might even say your original wish is stuck. No matter what you say, I just want you to drink the water.
Absolutely. So now we get back to the room, and everybody has this little case, and this case is pretty much for the prom that they're going to have. But of course, Mayhem opens up hers. They read the letter. Let's read the letter.
Yeah, I remember. So she's been orphaned since she was 7. She was had no parents. She never went to school. So how was she able to read?
Exactly.
Dearest drivers, I'm not surprised about the dirty part.
So they pretty much read it. It tells them that there's a case there and everything is there for them to dress up. Quiet doesn't trust it, so because she's already worried about going back on the wish and then drinking that dirty water. So she takes it and she bashes it open. Fortunately, it is just a dress and it is closed for them. We have Sweet Tooth and Stu, and they're talking about going to the party. And, he say he want to dress like Carlton Banks or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. What do you think of the name drop?
I thought exactly what I'm thinking about Jeffrey. Still thinking about Jeffrey and Axel. Born killers. And the fact that he talked about Carlton because he's another born killer.
Facts. 100%. I was gonna ignore it, but we're not gonna do that. Jeffrey did not kill anybody until they say he killed somebody,
He
right?
killed everybody.
Nah.
You don't see not one person that he throws out the house come back.
Nah, he just set people up to do it, you know. So he asked Stu what suit to wear. Stu gives him a choice. He picks the other one. And I guess that too, you know, all that undermining of Stu and all of that stuff is probably just gonna. So I think what's gonna happen is, because what happens at the end, Stu and Mike are probably going to be together in this final race, and then that's when Mike's gonna find out what really happened and gonna have a problem. They're gonna have a problem.
I think Calypso's going to make them all drive separately.
Ooh, interesting.
And then Mike's going to find out, like towards the end of the like episode 10, he's going to find out about what Stu did. And then they all episode 11 and 12 is going to be Mike trying to kill Stu.
Ooh, that's interesting. So we have our boy here, the Chippendale dancer. That's exactly what I thought about when he. But then again, technically, how is he really going to put on a shirt anyways?
Yeah, how you going to get over those?
He can't get it over his arms, but he can put on a t-shirt. You know what I mean? He can get a t-shirt on there. Oh no, he can't get a t-shirt.
Yeah, no.
Really think about it. Yeah, no, he can't even get a t-shirt on.
One thing he could do is cut off a little hole in the towel and throw that over his head. That's
tank top.
He could do, because he still can't go. Like he has to get each hand through still. So like he literally has like a towel that's just like cut off without an actual shirt. You got to do the Mike Tyson.
Exactly what he did, but he got the bow tie on. He got the pants. He got the shoes.
Bow tie on. Anyone else? No, you can't open a door to get a sandwich.
Facts.
You can put a bow tie on.
Facts. Good question. Oh man. Shit. Hold on. I forgot, because when he does get dressed,
you don't know anything. Prom is for the classics. Time to stun on these hoes.
Oh my god,
bro! I was dying. Yo, trying to stun on these hoes. You know what I mean? Like, yo, motherfucker, you got metal hands. You know what I mean? And you talking about stunning on these hoes. I swore he was going to be digging out Raven by the end of this episode, bro. I really thought he was going to be digging out Raven.
He had his chance, man.
He did. So we have everybody in their suits, you know, and dressed up nice. We have
Vermin. This look like she actually like she ain't brush her teeth, but she like threw some water on her face, you know, or maybe some cleaner mud, something like that.
Look like she started throwing makeup too.
Yeah, she had her hair done a little bit too. I'm like, man, where did she find curling irons?
Facts. You know what I mean? They're like, okay, I guess. I mean, for her, she can clean up pretty well, but yeah, I still
like a clean rat. Feeling like clean rat.
Pretty much. So everybody's dressed up nice. Everybody looking dapper. We have Stu in the burgundy. We have Dave in the baby blue, and I don't know why he pitched orange, but actually, who do they remind you of? It just popped in my head. Who do they remind you of?
For me, I told you it reminds me. So it reminds me of Three Caballeros, something I saw before when I was a little kid. But like they're all wearing these different suits. Tell you, or even like the Three Musketeers was just the same thing.
But hold on, let me see if I can.
You're not talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, just focus on Dave and Mike. Who do they remind you of?
I'm not getting it. What should I be thinking about?
Hold on. Isn't that the color of the suits that they wore in Dumber and Dumber?
It is. That is Dumb and Dumber. Oh my god.
I'm looking at the picture. I think this one is a little bit. It looks a little bit lighter. Hold on, let me share my screen real quick.
Because I was about to look it up.
Yeah. The color's a little bit
but it's the same
bluish
type
off.
Of color.
Yeah, it's the same type of color, same type of thing. You know what I mean? So He said, like I said, Anzo, Raven is sexually frustrated. Oh, 100% she is.
And you should take
100%.
that frustration out. And you know, if he never figured out about Mayhem, they would have figured it out together.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. So, Anthony Mackie John looking in the thing saying he's a sexy mother effer. We get Raven, she looking, gothic and hot, and then
Don't be stunning on those gothic girls, man. Let's go.
Facts.
Is there a breeze in here?
It's funny, right? Because they do that shit in the movies where they walk in the air blows up. And it's like, hey, is it cold in here? But yeah, she coming in and John is like, oh Lord, yeah. I thought John
Look at that face. He's like, hey, we ain't gotta go. Let's go in this room real quick.
You know what that face is, right? You know what that face is. Oh,
Dude.
I'm fucking the shit out of you tonight.
I was like, man, you just got caveman her right then. Just pick her up. Let's go right now.
Oh,
100%.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Screw this prom thing, baby. We're gonna take that off of you.
Slowly,
but very slowly. So we have Mayhem. Mayhem comes in with the dress, but she has her dress on backwards. Now it's funny because you said that, right? And then when they get to hold on, let me see if I can get it.
By the time they enter, somehow she has it on correctly. And they walking in.
And they walking right in. So when did she change that?
Yeah. I mean, did they do it right in front of everybody else? Did they just do that quick twist right in front of everyone else?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have turned away.
Look right now. Raven's look. She looking at Axel right now. Look at her.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because usually women, they're marking their territory from the beginning, right? They going in there and they looking like, oh yeah, okay. The only person in here that is probably John. John's gonna be quiet. The only other person there is Axel. You know what I mean? That's the only other person. So he said John hears clapping noises.
All John's here is. That's all you hear right now.
Quiet quicks her in front of everyone else. Yeah, I probably did. I guess. I mean, okay.
I didn't see her actually do it. I saw her go do it, but it was just so fast. So maybe it happened.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, but I'm sure it did. So they go inside, and then boom, we have Calypso talking about a sacrifice, and he says a little something here at the beginning. Let me see if I could just play it real quick.
To the Wintertide Solstice Promenade,
a celebration dating back to the Roanoke colony. Eve, we honor the death of autumn and celebrate the birth of winter. We honor the dead with our own offering of life.
Now think about what he said, right? Think about that real closely. Death and then the rebirth of life. The only person that I really see that they would bring back in this show would be Dollface. So imagine that's the twist at the end where he brings back Dollface and she's like, because they erased her wish. So who knows what kind of things that happen now after doing that, right?
There's no way I'm cutting myself with the same knife that everyone else just did, especially hepatitis Q.
100%. I'm good. I'm not doing it either. But they cut their hands.
All except Axel. Axel, and remember this, guys. Axel does not spill blood.
Facts. Facts. Yes. So they walk up, they all get cut, and where's Axel? Did Axel come up? No, Axel comes up.
Right or left? I think we can skip you.
Ciao. I gotta tell you.
Axel had no hands, couldn't cut him. They could have probably cut his arm or something.
Could put some motor oil in there.
But he's like, no, we're good. So everybody cuts. They rub themselves on the tree. He takes a leaf, puts it on his hand, and everybody's hand is chill, is cool, Says no more of that for tonight. Yeah. Yeah, he's showing his powers. He's been showing his powers a lot, you know. So said Raven knew she would be able to sleep with John or Quiet because of their arrogance, so Axel would have to. I would never do it after Sweet Tooth. Facts. Facts. After any of them, to
Forget
be honest.
Sweet
Or
Tooth.
Vermin.
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 Ugh,
Ugh. Yeah. You know?
I ain't
Definitely
going.
not. No, absolutely not. Now, to be fair, I kind of thought this might have been an opportunity for that. You know what I mean? John and Quiet and Raven.
I mean, they
Yeah.
wouldn't. I don't think they'll say no.
No, I don't think so either. I don't. Raven, Craven definitely not Craven. Shit. Quiet definitely ain't saying no, right? Because we already
I
know
think
she swings both ways.
Quiet will be fine with that, but then she's also going to be like, all right, so we're done. So you probably need to get up and leave and go back to your room.
Facts. Then we have the room burning and turning into a prom party. We got everything in there. You know, Quiet is so skeptical, it's not even funny. But you have people running around, giving them food and drinks and everything. What are your thoughts when this came up? Did you think that this was going to be a good prom, or did you think something was going to mess it up?
I thought that he was going to get them to lower their inhibitions and then throw something at them. Because you have alcohol, you're doing all that stuff, and then all of a sudden throw it at them, and then they have to deal with it.
100%. He is definitely going to throw something at them because of them drinking and having a good time. Not to mention, kind of working together, made a few connections. You know what I mean? Even though they're not solid connections, like Raven and Quiet, they still had a conversation. They still talked about certain things. How they're going to react in the race is going to be fun, very interesting. And I think you called it the other last week when we did the episode, where it's like, oh, you get these connections, and then now you're gonna have to break them because everybody's out for themselves in the race, you know. Oof.
And I think the race is going to be to a point where everyone has to kill someone.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. It means Vernon is dead. Vermin is dead.
That'd be easy.
She would die. Yeah, dead 100%.
Don't let Sweet Tooth kill her. Woo!
Oh yeah, that would be interesting if they did that, bro. I'm excited to see where they go with this. I really am, because there's so many possibilities that they can get to. I'm so excited to see where they go with this. But now we have, Raven and Mayhem in the little pink dress, looking like a little young girl. He's spiking the punch, just like you do in the high school dance, bro. You know what I mean? You spike the punch. We have the three of them going to take pictures, and they ask Stu to come in. Stu gets in there. They have a good time. They're taking pictures, but John, he's like, hey, we got this spread here. We got food here. We got music here. And Quiet is like,
One either. They're probably laced with something. Or the DJ is spinning subliminal messages in his beats, and when the bass drops, we're all gonna kill each other.
because she's feeling guilty for what she did, right? She's feeling guilty for the wish. So she's thinking, oh, we messed up the race. So now what's he going to do to get back at us? But
I also will be worrying exactly those things, playing the record backwards, and all of a sudden you guys start moving backwards and want to go kill each other.
I would be worried about it too, but I'd be more worried about it in the race. Like, what's going to happen in the race? Are you going to come up with something? Because I don't think it's just going to be them. There's something going to be popping off in that race, the next one. I think that's crazy. Yeah. I wonder if Raven and Quiet Actress knew how to twerk because they played Juvenile. I wanted to see that. I know you did, Tony. I know you did. You thought they were going to back that ass up, eh? But no, they didn't.
Specifically Raven.
Exactly. But it's funny, and I get to it too. Hey, like, usually when you watch movies and shows with actors, they can't move. They can't dance. They can't move. They can't groove. They feel like they're offbeat. But Quiet was moving. I was like, okay.
She has some rhythm. Yeah, I say that.
She definitely has some rhythm. So now we have Grim sitting by himself, And it's funny too, because if you don't know a school dance, right? And I know you all been
There's
to a school
always
dance.
one.
Exactly. You have the one guy sitting by himself. You have the crazy ass fucking sweet tooth, the crazy dude just running around there, like, you know what I mean, not caring about females or guys. And you have the couples, you have the single person that's always drinking, you have the dude that, you know, thinks he's the hot shit. It's crazy how so much this felt like a real high school
You got the
prom,
guys that are all boys, are all about their boys
Yes,
instead of being,
yes,
with the dance. They're like, oh,
yes,
let's go do this. We're gonna be in this
yes,
corner in the circle
yes,
doing this stuff. Like,
yes,
who the
yes,
hell wants
yes.
that?
Listen, so I didn't go to my prom, right? The reason why I didn't go to my prom was a girl I wanted to go with. She didn't want to go with me, right? She said, nah, I'm gonna go with my girls and whatever. So she went with the girls. That's what it was. But there were like 3 or 4 dudes that said, hey, you know, you can come with us. We'll go with that. No, sir. No, sir. No, I would sooner have went by my fucking self before I'm pulling up in prom with a bunch of dudes. I know if at least I pull up by myself, you know what I mean? I could possibly pull something out of
somebody?
there.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. But when you pull up with 3 dudes and it's just you and the dudes,
it's a terrible night for everybody. This is what it is.
You have officially hit the fucking loser club, and I wasn't doing that. You know what I mean? Not doing that. No, sorry.
I went to a lot of proms, so But here, interesting story, real quick, because I know I gotta get some stuff done. But
yeah.
Interesting story. I asked the girl to prom in February. By late April, we broke up, and I was dating another girl. The girl that I was dating allowed me to go to prom with the girl I broke up with. So, and then the girl that I was dating sent me off into my house and sent me off with the girl that I used to date to prom.
So why did you take the girl you were dating?
Because she didn't go to that school. And I already promised the other one that I was going to go to prom with her.
So she had to go to the school to go to the prom with you?
No, so I went to her prom with her the week before, and then she sent me off with another girl the next week.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You could only have went to a prom with girls that went to your school?
Because it's one of those things you have to tell them really early to who's going to go to the prom. It's a Chicago thing. They don't do that.
And here I wouldn't have been going then. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I ain't going.
Oh, it was a great night.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure you did. And I'm pretty sure there was some shit that the current girlfriend at the time did not know about, right? Yeah, I know.
She found out later because it all worked out. It all worked out.
Yeah, because you know what? That shit will come back around to bite you in the ass.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I almost did. And I turned that boy around because I had some real good friends.
You got to turn it around real quick. Vermin and Grim are actually having a conversation, and we find out that Grim actually liked Vernon. Well, you know what I mean? Like he cared about her, like he thought she was hot. So
she looks like a clown.
100%. 100%. But they start to hold hands, and she's happy, and he's happy, and then we get this.
Dude, it was about to go down.
Which we were. Yeah. And she didn't get her dance, but she
said, do you have a problem with that? And he's like, fuck no.
Wait, so you're a lesbian?
Yeah, I'm a lesbian. Do you have a fucking problem with that?
Nope. Axel loves the lesbians.
Oh my God.
So
Axel is on point. I was like, player. That is right. 100%. I wonder if I read that. He said player. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Axel knew who to walk up onto, right?
Dude, that's pimp shit right there.
Yeah, definitely. You got a problem with that? He's like, nah, I love the lesbians.
Axel loves the lesbians.
Right
Let's
answer,
go.
bitch.
So when she said right answer, bitch,
I thought
that
it was on right there.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Pick her up and we about to get
Yeah.
this going.
Me too. 100%. Like you said, if that shit didn't happen with Mayhem, guaranteed those two would have been going at it. You know what I mean? Guaranteed 100%. So we basically, turn on the music and everybody decides that they're going to go out there and start dancing. Mayhem's dancing, Vermin is dancing, Grim is dancing. Everybody's just dancing. Except for Quiet. Right?
Yeah.
Quiet's still worried. But then Stu says,
"Now, Dave, these are chicken fingers, not people fingers. Sure you still want one?"
He's like, not cool, bro. Not cool.
No, Stu said, "Oh, I was just joking. You thought he made a joke, but as always, sometimes you can make inappropriate jokes." And he made an inappropriate joke there, which had Dave kind of in his feelings. So Dave walks away, and then he pretty much tells Mike that he's gonna go fix it with him because he likes Dave. And Sweet Tooth's like, "Hey, you gonna do some drugs?" He says, "Yeah." He says,
Yeah.
"That's my boy."
That's my boy.
Then you got John Doe saying, doing his dancing. Now you see what I'm telling you? Like even there with Anthony Mackie, like that. No.
No,
He
you know what
made,
it is? You can
he
be
could have made that look
goofy.
better.
No, you're gonna be goofy with a girl sometimes because she's not feeling it. So you're trying to make her laugh, not even trying to be cool.
Yeah.
You're trying to make her laugh.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sometimes that laugh is a gateway.
Yeah. I can see that.
That's game for you right there. You know.
Raven was going to be by tonight. 100%. Definitely. I think she kind of is anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, at least for that night, she was going to take some.
We seen her looking. We saw her.
Yeah. Because when he walked up, she looked him up and down, right? They only
Yep.
do that when they considering it. And he's the only one, So now John decides he's going to go and he's going to go cut a rug, right? He's dancing.
Dude, I never thought his name was Clarence more than when I saw him dancing.
Facts. Facts, bro.
Clarence went to private school and he had both parents and they had a real good marriage. Like I could think of the whole time while he's dancing.
Facts. He said, I feel if Mike went to check, he would have died. Good point.
He would have been disappointed in him, and Dave would have been crazy. So
yeah, same thing would have happened. Right? You would have catch Dave eating the bodies, and that would have ruined it. I think it would have been better for Mike to have went, but I think it's just to cause tension between the two of them going forward in the next, right? To find out what's going on. And here you are, Tony. Juvenile, back that ass up playing in the background. Unfortunately, can't play it because we're going to copyright. But Raven's like, look at her face. She's just like, you know what? Fuck this shit. You know what I mean? Like, no, bro. Like, you way too happy, and you know what we did. No one else knows what they did. Just them two. So why are you just, you know what I mean? But he's like, listen, I'm going to enjoy the night.
It's going to be horrible anyway, so I might as well enjoy myself tonight.
Facts, 100%. And he actually does get her to open up. What? Let me go in here. Now, here we go. I'm going to tell you.
See, once again, I told you.
See, she moving her hips and everything. She got some rhythm for real, though.
And definitely don't have a bra on. Yep.
Yeah, she definitely got some rhythm. You know what I mean? What's her nationality?
Oh,
Spanish?
She's Hispanic. She's Hispanic.
She's Hispanic?
Yeah.
It makes sense. Black women and Spanish women, when it comes to shaking their ass.
It's problems, man. Those are problems.
There's no one better. Let me just put it that way. I don't care. You can give me, the white gal twerking and all of that stuff, but 9 times out of 10, black women, Spanish women, we're gonna put it down even better than that. You know what I mean? Now don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there ain't no white women that can't put it down, but you know,
no, 100% no. But you know what? It's the ancestors that I trust. Yeah, we all saw sins. I know he don't trust the sinners, but it's the ancestors that have that they have that in them. They have it.
Yes, 100%. Even Axel getting down and dancing, you know what I mean? So everybody's having a good time. Raven oh, you know what's funny? We didn't even think about this. Maybe because she's too young. But what if Raven would have ended the night with mayhem?
No, she's too young. Yeah, that's the
Too
problem.
young,
She's
eh?
too young.
Yeah, too young. Tony
That's
said,
too much.
Anthony Mackie is funny as hell. 100%.
That's what you gotta do, man. He's hilarious. I love it.
Me too. Needs more stuff. You know what I mean? Needs to be out there more. Like, you know, he should be getting pushed. Even if they say, like, you know, maybe Hollywood is not his thing or whatever, but you got to get him his own show, bro.
He's
like,
one of the most hardest working people, man. Anthony Mackie is working all the time.
100%. And no one can tell me that he's not a good actor because he can play different types of roles, serious roles, comedy roles. You know what I mean? Like, even in Black Mirror, when he had that role in Black Mirror, which we don't really talk about, but yeah.
But he can do comedy like The Night Before. He could be in The Hate You Give. He can be in Pain and Gain. He could be in All Avengers or Hurt Locker. The dude could do all of it. 8 Mile.
100%. To me, he's kind of up there. I'm not gonna say like as good of an actor as Samuel Jackson, but he's up there as well. Like when it comes to doing movies and stuff.
He's gonna be the new Samuel Jackson. When Anthony Mackie gets to 70, he's gonna have 400 movies under his belt.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm gonna say this because I know it's a hot take for some of you guys though out there, but I think there's moments where Samuel Jackson throws it down and it's just like, oh my God, like A Time to Kill. Dope. Samuel Jackson threw it down in there.
But yes, they deserve to die. I hope they burn in hell. But he also will do Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah, there are some movies where I'm like, your acting could have been a little bit better on that. Now, I get it that some of these actors, they kind of throw it in. You know what I mean? They just do it to do it, whatever. But when he's on his A game, he's on his A game. But there are many times where he hasn't been on his A game, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not sure about that. He said this one here. He said Raven might have went for mayhem if she was in her 20s. Yeah. That's what
I don't know because I think Raven is like 40. I think, and that's a problem. Even at 40, you got. I don't know if I want to talk to no 20-year-old. I'm like, nah, bro,
no,
I could be your parent. No, that's a problem. That's why I draw the line. Like,
100%. I agree with you. No, I mean, I draw the line too. I draw the line. Yeah, that's right, guys. I draw the line. Yep.
You think so? Like, it's like I think it's half your age. So like you're 50, you gotta be older than 25.
Yeah.
You're 60, you gotta be older than 30. Like it's that, you know, because you're a baby.
Yeah, for sure. But you could be a hot little baby still.
Once again, I said
of age, guys.
Yeah.
All right. For someone says, "Oh, look at this pedophile." No, of age. So now we get Stu going to see Mike, and unfortunately, Mike is doing what he's
in there eating. Yeah,
eating the humans. Now, what I'm getting from this is that Mike was pretty much pretending like he wasn't doing it anymore. But every chance,
Dave, you talking about Dave? No, I think he relapsed.
Sorry, Dave.
I think he relapsed.
I think he relapsed.
Yeah, so that blood getting in his mouth, caused him to relapse, and then cutting his hand and licking his own blood caused him to relapse.
Yeah.
And that's why it stung more when Stu said that. You know, these are chicken fingers, not people fingers.
Yeah,
stung, and that's why he decided I'm going back in. I'm feeding.
Mm-hmm. And then he was telling him, you know, I'm gonna feed it to Mike, and he's gonna give Mike human food and stuff like that. And Stu's like, nope. So they decide to have a fight, and
trying to eat Stu's foot, man. Like, oh, bro.
He licked the foot like, oh, that's gonna taste good, right? Because that's what he was planning to do, killing Stu and then eating him. but he rushes Stu over here.
Like he had to bite his ass.
And Stu moves out the way when he rushes him, and he gets hood on a hook, and that's the end of Dave, right? So now Stu decides, I don't know why he didn't just tell the truth. You know what I mean?
He made a whole list. He made a note.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he could have just went back and said, yo, bro, that dude was eating humans. He attacked me. He's dead. Simple and plain. You know what I mean? I get it, probably.
You don't think people will believe him? Specifically
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah, pretty much. But at the same time, like, the evidence is there, right? You go look at Stu, Dave, he has blood around his mouth like he was eating blood. So I don't think lesbians look at age gap like straight people do. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that because I think
I don't know, and I don't want anyone to pretend like I do know. So no.
yeah, Tony, you're on the island by yourself on that one, brother.
I'm saying.
So now we have Axel, and I think he's trying to get a drink or something. Oh no, he was taking pictures.
Yeah,
he was taking pictures
of himself.
Yes. He punching, he posing, like real Chippendale dancer shit, right? So,
hey, I need to get.
He putting her hair up with the baby blanket that has cut up, you know. And this is where we get into he said, spoiler, alien kind of sucked tonight. Really? Wow.
That's funny. Shifty's saying that man, it's real.
Shifty saying this, really? Oh, I'm definitely gonna watch it after this show, Shifty. Wow. Okay. Let's see. But Axel, he, you see the look on his face. He's like, wait a minute, I know that.
Where'd you get that from?
The thing in your hair.
I don't really know. Had it ever since I was a baby.
And that's when we get.
And you do the age, you do the math, you figure it out. You see all the times that he spent with her. Best time of my life. Wow.
And when they said that you were going to feel some emotion for Axel, wow. I was not expecting anything like that until this episode when they hinted at the baby. Wow.
I was like, F you. How dare you do this to me right now?
And it's sad because I don't think he gets a happy ending.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
But I think he might sacrifice himself for Mayhem, and I think that might be good.
Me too, 100%. Because another thing too is like we thought, John and Dollface were gonna get to know each other, right? We were like, oh yeah, John and Dollface are probably gonna get to know each other, and that shit did not last.
So what's gonna happen is now we're saying that Axel's gonna sacrifice himself for Mayhem, and we're gonna find out that Mayhem actually kills Axel. That's the only thing that's gonna happen, obviously.
Yeah. That would be messed up, bro. That would be messed up if she's the one that kills him. And on the dying breath, he's like, all I wanted to ever do was protect you as he's dying. Ooh. And then she's like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
And then
because she doesn't know exactly what he's talking about, you know? Ooh, that would be tough.
You're a terrible show writer. I'll be furious.
That is the type of shit that I would do. If I was a film, the one thing I always wanted to do when I like even think about like movies I want to do, I want their emotion in there. If you can get someone's emotion to feel the emotions of the character, I think you've already won there. You know what I mean? Story couldn't be all that great, but if you get to the emotions of the character, I think you're more invested into it. So I'd be doing all kinds of shit like that, bro. All kinds of heart-wrenching things to where it's like, oh my God, I can't believe it, you know? Axel basically gonna die next episode. Better not be next episode.
It has to be though, because you do all this stuff, all this emotional damage and everything. You're gonna die the next episode, 100%.
No. Better be like the 10th episode. I'm good with the 10th episode.
The 10th episode is next episode.
Technically, I mean the 11th episode or the 12th episode. You know what I mean? I need one more, maybe two of Axel, bro.
Maybe it'll be the end of the 10th, but I think it's going to be the 10th.
Yeah,
he's such a killer.
No, they can't do that, bro. I'm gonna be pissed. Do y'all think that's a hairpiece on Axel's head because it looks so real?
It's how his hair usually is in all his regular pictures. He has a high top fade, so
Yeah.
I think that's his real hair.
He probably took these pictures like, oh, we want to keep your hair for flashbacks, and then once we do all the flashback stuff, we're gonna shave your hair. So it's possible that he filmed all of this before he shaved his hair. Yeah, 100%. So he's mad that the baby's gone. Now we have Vermin, and Grim, and she said that she was gonna get some at this prom, and she got some, and she got Grim. Grim is enjoying himself.
And then, oh man, I can't believe he said that. I can't believe Sweet Tooth comes and says, pull the she's all that, say you win the bet, and then of course, Vermin hears it, oh no, and runs off. Oh no.
And
so
he
we
said,
can
come
explain.
Back. That's not what it is. But he's pissed now, right? Stu comes back and he gets to Mike and he's like, oh, did he forget? He forgave me and everything is good. He said he needs to, do something.
Of course he did. Hell yeah.
Cute.
Which he does. So, they're like, okay, cool. And then we get to Quiet and Mayhem where they're having a conversation looking at the pictures. But, in the background.
I look great.
But in the background, you have Axel who's watching and he's like, wow, I can't believe this is the baby that I lost so many years.
He's almost thinking like, that's my daughter. I can't believe it's my daughter over there. I haven't seen her all this time.
Yeah, 100%. He said, why do you look so sad? They decide to go and have a dance. And, they're dancing tight. You can see that there's really feelings for them. And then here we have Axel. And like at this point, nothing else is on his mind other than her. You know what I mean? And I think that's where they started talking about the emotional stuff for him, because that's going to be something hard for him going forward. You're right. You know what? He may die the next episode, to be honest with you, because they do this. They do this shit all the time,
dude.
All right, they do this shit all the time. They did it with the sister, and now it's gonna be Axel. Yeah, and it's funny
unfortunate.
Too,
that's it.
If you want to tug at people's heart, you kill him, and then you have to deal with that. Just knowing,
and she finds out, like he sacrifices for her, and she finds out that he was protecting her when she was little. He knew her when she was a baby, and that's the only thing that mattered to him.
Yep. So these two are having a dancing, their conversation. Raven is standing there. Everybody's just doing their own thing, music playing, so I definitely won't play it while the music's playing. John and Mayhem kiss.
Quiet.
Quiet.
I was like, if he kisses Mayhem, we have all type of different episodes.
Facts. But close to the end, we get the two bags, Harold's, and Grim has taken them from Sweet Tooth. Well, Sweet Tooth is having a dream that
Harold's with him.
He was thinking that everyone is the bag, and him and Harold are there together, right? Yeah, that's it. Him and Harold are there together, and they're just chilling out, and they're talking about everybody. And he's like, "Oh, thanks, Harold. You're my friend." But we have Grim, who's upset because of what happened with his chick, grabs the bag, and he burns it in front of Sweet. And that's kind of like, if you guys ever seen them, well, I know most of you have seen Castaway, right? Harold is pretty much the soccer ball. Owen.
Wilson.
Oh, Wilson, not Owen. Owen Wilson. Yeah, exactly. To him, So that's basically what that is to him. So he's like, oh, okay. He's feeling it, And then, Vernon's like, hey, what's in the punch? That's another thing, too. They're going to have to race tomorrow. They're going to be drunk, right? It's like, hey, what's in the punch? And then
But
there's
not
this
just that,
mist.
they all pass out. Everyone does, right?
Yes, because there's a mist coming up, and she says it's not the punch, right?
Punch. This is smoke. We're being fumigated.
Of course, you'll say fumigated. Vermin.
But to be honest with you, Quiet was right.
Yep, the whole time.
Quiet was
she's
right.
never gonna let John live that down.
Facts, bro. Yeah, never let the woman be right, bro. Never let the woman be right, bro.
But it's obviously she's right, and then don't admit it.
Facts, because you know what'll happen? 20 years down the line, she'll be like, "You remember when we were at the prom and I told you that something was gonna like." That was 20 years ago.
The wrong road because she want to bring up old crap. Don't let it happen.
20 years ago. Yeah, well, I was still right. You know what I mean? So yeah, so Quiet was right the whole time. And then it's when she let her guard down. This is when this happened. Now, I don't think even if she was still like, looking for excuses and stuff like that, they probably still would have had the same. She still would, it probably locked in there. She still would have been able. Well, maybe not, because Stu got out, right? So is it through the whole building or is it just in this room?
But Stu got back in though.
No, I know I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. If Quiet didn't let her guard down, she might have been able to escape before it happened, right? But because she let her guard down, like you said, she let her guard down, she was right. And as you said, they all end up passing out.
What is going on with you?
Hey, little girl, I didn't mean to leave you alone.
He has no idea what he's talking about.
I actually forgot that he said that, right? I actually forgot that he said that because now if he dies, she has that in her head. Oh, what do you mean?
What do you mean when he said that?
I never meant to leave you alone, right?
And
you know what's
Stu
funny?
and Mike know about the
story. Exactly. They know the story. So if that comes out to where it's like, oh, it was weird saying it, you're like, oh, and they could tell her the story so that she knows. So that makes it even worse if she's the one to kill him.
Man, F this. I hope not. I don't need this in my life.
Oh man, I think they put seeds in there, bro. They put seeds in there. Damn it. So they all pass out. And that's the end of the episode. Well, close to the end of the episode. At least you think it's the end of the episode. And then they wake up. And then tomorrow night we get the after party. But you know what? They tried to hide it. They didn't let us know what car John was in. They didn't kind of show us. They kind of hid it a little bit, right? Made it seem like maybe John's in Roadkill.
That's what I thought. That John was in Roadkill, and then I couldn't see what Quiet was in.
Exactly, and I think they did that on purpose to make you think who's in what car. You know what I mean? So definitely going to be interesting. What do you think about this episode, Brian?
I really like this episode. I think it's a really good setup for what we're going to get next week. Tomorrow. I want to. There's no way I'm gonna be tired enough to actually not watch all three of these episodes immediately.
Facts.
There's nothing that can happen.
And even if I have to take a nap before I do the OOC, yeah, I'm gonna do that because I'm staying up to watch these episodes. And it's a 4-day weekend, guys. 4-day weekend, so we don't have to worry about anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, 100%. Tony said, could you guys see Raven's girlfriend waking up and Raven no longer having that same love she used to for her because she's changed over the years? You mean the girl waking up? Yeah, that would be interesting, Tony. But I could also see
the girl was pretending the entire time and never did really love her. And then she finds out all this time was a waste.
Ooh, that would be tight. And like you said, they always do this little twist at the end of the show. Maybe she wins the race and that's the wish. And then when she wakes up, it's like, oh, I don't know you. I don't love you. Who are you? You know what I mean? Because you've been in a coma for that long. You're not going to remember a lot of things, right? You're going to have to learn how to walk and talk and all of that shit over again. So, guys, it's not like the movies haven't make you think like when they wake up from a coma, everything is fine and dandy. That is not the fucking case, all right? Nothing.
Think about more like
that.
Kill Bill. You have to learn how to wiggle your toe.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. 100%. The fact that they are each in a car, it means that they each keep their wishes. That's what I'm saying, Tony. That's what I'm saying, because it made no sense that all of a sudden, or maybe everybody's in their own car, right?
I think there's only going to be, so I think they're only going to allow head to head. So it's going to be John and Quiet for one ticket. Stu and I don't know why I'm blanking.
Stu
Sweet
and
Tooth, Sweet Tooth for one ticket.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? Like everyone that has connect. What if it's Mayhem and Axel for one ticket?
And then
Vermin,
Axel gives
Vermin and
Grim.
Yeah.
And then Axel gives the ticket to Mayhem. You know what I mean? Oh, that, yeah. Like some battle. What did he call the race? The after party. He called it the after party. The after party, yeah. It was one car. It was one wish per car. Exactly. It makes sense, Basil. It makes sense that if that's the case,
I
then
still don't think they're all staying in. I think they're all in separate cars.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think they're all in separate cars too, as well. I know it's one wish per car, but I think they're all, because that kind of makes it like Mike's pretty much expendable. You know what I mean? Or if not expendable, he can be on the verge of being expendable, where Stu saves him and they lose the race, but they don't die. You know what I mean? So it could be something like that. And then you still have, in the final, you have Sweet Tooth, you have Raven, you have, because I don't know how many people are going to be, but Sweet Tooth, Raven, Mayhem, John, Quiet.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Somehow just those 5 at the end.
Just those 5. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. He said she's been in a coma since 1990. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what are your grades for the 2 episodes, Brian?
Man, we're getting closer and closer. You know, I don't like giving A's, but I'm gonna give it an A-. That's what I'm gonna do. That's how I'm gonna do. I'm gonna A-, but it was fire. Because I'm hoping to peak tomorrow night with an A+.
Absolutely. So am I. I'm gonna give it the same. Well, I'm gonna give it an A+. You know, I like the 2 episodes. I think we could do a lot better. But you know me, I don't mind giving episodes A+ if they're A+. You know what I'm saying? Man, but that's it, guys. We will be back next week for the breakdown for this one. Tomorrow night will be the watch party. So Brian, tell the people where they could find you one last time, sir.
Hey, 1/3 of Spoiler Kings. We're here all the time on Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and then you're gonna find me with Nzo, especially on Saturday. Make sure you there on Saturday. This Saturday, we will be doing the show 9 Central, 10 Eastern. It's gonna be fire. Come and join us, man.
Absolutely, 100%. You guys know the channel, Big Afford Entertainment. I appreciate everyone that came in here. Tony, Basil, Shifty Gizm was up in the house. Nate was up in here. I know Nate's a new one. So, guys, make sure to check that out tomorrow night for the watch party if you like the show, because I get it earlier. With that being said, we are out. Peace, love, and hair grease, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.